For us Brits, we are not coming here to live. We are coming here to die here. This is the place where we are coming to die. And again, when I compare Brits to Americans, we are two different people. Some of us, that's what we do. We gatekeep on ideas. We gatekeep on things because we don't want to give somebody else credit. What kind of nonsense is that? Stop it. Don't do that. It's all we've ever known. And that's what we're coming with. So we're not coming with trauma like people from the States, but we're coming with cultural baggage that we have to bring here and we have to be able to break free from in order to be the best version of us. You come with a naivety though, let's balance it. You come with a naivety, you think that you can just walk in here and start a business without no basis of knowledge, no nothing. Like, that's what you're coming with. So it's like, hey guys, welcome back. Okay, in today's video, I want us to talk about some of the reasons behind why Black Brits, Black Brits, eh? I know some of you have been like, why isn't she talking about Black Brits? Why is she always focused on Americans? Honestly, I just want to give balance. And the reason is pretty much just because Americans make up the majority of people that return to Africa. So it makes sense because that's where the biggest demographic seems to be, okay? So today I want to focus on Black Brits and the reasons behind why a lot of them are just not moving to Africa. They're just not. Even if they have roots in Ghana, they're still not. I have so many friends that are Ghanaian, more Ghanaian than me. They speak the language, they eat the food all the time, like properly, like would fit into the culture here. But for a lot of them, they just won't move back. And I know from having conversations with them, they have the desire where they would, I guess, ideally like to come back to Ghana, but they're just not able to make the move. And so I sat down and, I was really thinking about it, and I had a few conversations outside of on camera. And there were a couple of things that just kept on coming up. So I thought today would be a great day to touch on some of them points and let's have a discussion, really. Now, one thing I will say is that some of this stuff I'm also going to relate to myself. So I get it. I get why a lot of Brits are not coming back. I understand so I'm going to go over some of the reasons, right? Okay, so first of all, the reason that some of us don't want to come back is because we are, do we call it first generation, right? Our parents are the first generation to have gone to the UK and experienced what that life is like. And so for some of us, we've heard stories, we've heard things about Ghana. We've had some experiences too where we're like, like as much as, the hype is there around Ghana and how beautiful and amazing Ghana can be, we still have fears that have been put inside us from when we were like this because our parents had some experiences that just put them off and not ever want to come back to, and it's filtered through to a lot of us. And also, let's be honest, the UK gives some benefits to some things and it makes it harder for us to leave. And so therefore, we're just not doing it. We're just like, why should we take the risk? We're just not, we're comfortable. It's almost like they've created a system for us to be just comfortable enough that we don't want to leave, even though potentially if we were to make the move, things could be a lot better for us. The West, as you know, whether you're from the UK or America, you can apply this to yourself. Like the West is not a perfect place, but they have systems in place that make it easier for us. And so for some of us, the thought of coming to Ghana to live is like we're going to lose out on those things. We feel like we're losing. It's not a matter of, okay, if I come to Ghana, I'm going to gain this and that. That's not how we look at it. We just don't really have the mindset for that. We're pretty much focused on, we got it good. And I can tell you that even in my own experience, when we were first coming to Ghana, we were going to move here. And whenever we shared the story, because back then, that was 2014, right? It was a long time ago. When people heard that, oh, you're going to make the move, their first reaction was pretty much, but why? Why? You're going to miss out on this. What about, you're getting child benefits, so you're going to lose your child benefit. You're going to do this. You're going to do, like, there was a lot of projected fear that came from people that sometimes, I won't lie, sometimes it was like, maybe they're right. Like, this is really scary to do this. Like, you're basically leaving behind everything that you know. And I'm not saying that doesn't happen for Americans. It definitely does. But for us that have roots back to Ghana, we are pretty much like, we've seen the fears. We've heard the fears our whole life, and we've seen the fears. Whereas those coming from America, some of them, hey, this is first time anybody in their family maybe even has a passport or has ever traveled to Africa. And so they're coming in blind. And sometimes that's the best. Sometimes that is the best, because then you don't know what you're walking into. Okay, so let me just balance that. You don't know what you're walking into. So you have, like, your expectation is just different, right? So you feel like, okay, I've done the research, I'm coming in, I'm just going to experience it. You don't have to walk in with as much of a negative experience. You're walking in with, hey, I'm going to give this a shot. I'm going to give this a shot. And again, when I compare Brits to Americans, we are two different people. Let me just say that. We are two different sets of people. Honestly, I'm going to say this, right? I hadn't really come across Americans until I moved to Ghana. And I was like, dang. This isn't really supposed to be a video about comparing the two, but I'm going to touch on this. Okay, I'll do a separate video another time. One of the things that I can give credit to Americans is that you guys, the way you are raised, right? You are raised with a level of confidence that we the Brits don't have. I'm sorry, it's the truth. We don't have that level of confidence. Sometimes I listen to you guys speak and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I'm like, hey, hey, you people are powerful though, because we are not raised in that same way. There are distinct differences. And if you're a Brit, don't lie and pretend like you haven't seen it. You know that it's true. You guys have got some confidence. And that's why I say when it comes to coming over and doing certain businesses, the fear that some of us have in the UK, you guys don't have it. And I don't think some of you realize the tenacity that you have when you come here, that we the Brits don't have. Like I said, some of you pick up from the States and just come here and move. You know nothing. You're just coming, you've come with your backpack. You don't know anybody here. You're just going to arrive and figure it out. And I'm not saying that's a good plan, but that's what you do. That's the kind of boldness that you have. We, on the other hand, we ain't coming. First of all, I have to put X, Y, Z, all of these things into place before. I'm going to say this, a lot of us Brits, we ain't coming to Ghana until we are ready to retire. Because then we feel like, oh, then we can rely on our pensions. You know, we've got some money trickling in. And that's our game plan. For us Brits, we are not coming here to live. We are coming here to die here. This is the place where we are coming to die. We are coming to live our final years here. That's if, God willing, that we even make it that far. Because let's be real, some of us have had plans for Ghana and we don't even make it because untimely, you know. And so there are these factors. And so we have the mentality where we are coming here just to retire. And that's our plan. I'm going to pull out this stat from my experience of speaking to people. I would say like 80% of people are like, from the Brits, are saying they're not coming to Ghana until like they're ready to retire. They're not coming here to build a life in the same way that Americans are. They're coming here to retire and not have to... and not have to do anything. That's what they're coming for. And I don't agree with that. I really don't. I'm like, come to Ghana, experience a life, build a better life, open up the door so that when your children are ready to come, you already have something established for them. They have something to walk into. They don't have to start from the ground, because let's be honest, right? Ghana is developing, it's building, things are happening. People are coming here and making serious investments. They're planting themselves. The roots right now in Ghana are growing. In Africa in general, the roots are growing. And a lot of us are missing out because we're afraid. That I'm not going to have hot water when I come there. I don't have car, so I can't come until I have a car. Stay there. Stay there with your, I don't have a car, I don't have this, I don't have that. Yes, those things are nice and we all want them. Even myself, I don't have car, but I'm still here. You know, these things are nice and I'm not saying that they're not good and you shouldn't strive for those things, but don't let that put you off being the reason why you can't come now. Because while you're sitting over there and you're saying, I can't come now, somebody is here taking trotro up and down. And before you know it, they've planted their roots. Now you who wants to come, you're ready to come. That person's already taken that market from you. They have taken it from you because you were too slow to move. You were too wishy-washy about things. You were too having people in your ears saying, but you can't do this, you can't do that, suffering from imposter syndrome. And so therefore you never make a move. You stay stagnant and stationary and somebody else has come and taken the floor. Now, there are two things. I remember someone said this to me a few years ago. They said, when you come to Ghana, right, or doing anything, any type of business, anything, right, you be the first or you be the best. Now, to be the best, you're going to do a lot more work for people to really recognize you. So, for example, I have a business and say, I have some restaurant somewhere, right? My restaurant is the first one. It's the first restaurant that serves, I don't know, fish and chips, for example. It's the first one. Everybody knows me. I've built my reputation because I'm the first here. Everybody flocks here, okay? And so I have a good, steady client base coming all the time, in and out all the time. I'm established. Hey, the only people that are it doesn't mean it can't happen, but the person that can come in and take away from you is someone who's going to outdo you. You may have become complacent in what you've done because you feel like you're the first, so you have established your customer base. No one's going anywhere. Now someone else is going to come, put a spin on that and make theirs perhaps better than yours. You be the first or you be the best. Those are the two people that are competing. Everybody else in between is, so, you still get clients or whatever. But these are the two businesses that people know about. Those that were the first here and those that are constantly striving to be the best. They're continuously thinking of new ways to make it better for people. Those are the two people who are in competition here. So you stay over there and be, I'll come later. I'm waiting for this, I'm waiting for that. Listen. If you wait for Ghana to be perfect for your move, you ain't coming. Because for one, Ghana is never going to be perfect. Ain't never gonna be perfect. Let's be honest, all of us. Let's just be honest. Let's have a real conversation. Ghana is never going to be perfect because, for one, we have levels of corruption that to wipe that out is going to take a lot. It's not going to happen overnight. You may not see it in your lifetime, your children's lifetime, your grandchildren's lifetime. It may never happen just because in Africa, there has been in the past so much poverty. Therefore, when someone sees money, right, they hang on to that money. Listen, I got money, I've got this, I'm holding on to this. And sometimes that's why we become gatekeepers. This video is not going the way that I'd hoped it to go. It seems like I'm on a rant, but I'm going for it. Let's just do the video as it comes naturally, right? It's like, because of the poverty mentality, and a lot of us have this problem. We have such a poverty mentality that when we get one peso, we hold on to that one peso. Instead of investing it and doing something with it, we hold on to it and just protect what we have. We gatekeep. I'm not going to let anybody else know about it. Some of you have brilliant ideas that can work here. Fantastic ideas. You don't have the capital, but you refuse to share it with anybody because you feel like, well, if I share the idea with them, if we go into partnership with the person's going to say, oh, it's because of me that you're here. They're going to take my idea. They're going to do this. Stay there. Go in the ground with your idea. Like, come on, let's be real. Let's stop this nonsense. Let's just have a real talk here. Let's stop this nonsense. Some of us, that's what we do. We gatekeep on ideas. We gatekeep on things because we don't want to give somebody else credit. What kind of nonsense is that? Stop it. Don't do that. Anyway, let me just reel it back in. Let me go back to the original. I just want to say, there is opportunity here if you are willing to sacrifice for a short amount of time. And if I say sacrifice, 10 years is a short amount of time to sacrifice. Do you know that? In the blink of an eye, I've been here 11 years. The blink of an eye, where did it go? And I've changed so much during that time. And people that have been here for that long have changed so much. Your character develops. You get more of a grit about you. You, like, your eyes open to certain things that never would have opened up to over there, because I'm in a place of complacency where I don't need to push. I don't need to, like, I don't have money. The government will help me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to think outside the box. It's all laid out for me. And sometimes that's where they want to keep you. They want to keep you at a place where, you know what? You're just comfortable enough. Like, you don't need to go anywhere. Sit down there. I'm giving you 3 meals a day. You ain't going to prosper, but I'm giving you 3 meals a day. Sit down there. So you two, you're happy. That's how the generation of people on benefits has stayed on benefits. How many people have I spoken to, and you know it too, how many people have you spoken to, especially those of us in the UK that are used to a benefit system, have sat and said, blatantly said to you, what's the point of me going to work? Like, heck, I'm getting benefits, like I don't have to work. How many people have you heard say that? They use the same mentality when it comes to moving to Ghana as well. Hey, I'm comfortable here. Like, why should I do extra when I don't have to? I'm comfortable, I'm good. And that benefit system is what's keeping us over there, because we feel like they're going to look after us. Let me tell you something, if you don't know, it ain't going to be forever. UK is changing. I ain't been there for so long, but the UK is changing. The system is not how it was. Even just before I left, right? If you'd had a child and you could stay at home, you'd get child benefit, you'd get certain benefits for being a stay-at-home mother. As I was leaving the UK, they changed that system. You have to now work a certain number of hours before they will continue to give your benefits. So there's no more stay at home and be a mother and not do anything. You best get up and find a job. That's how it's changing, and it's going to continue to change. So if you think banking on the fact of, I'll wait till I retire, then I'll get some pension and then I'll come here. Hold tight, because by the time you are ready to come for pension may not even exist. The way the world is going, pension may not even exist. So if that's what you're banking on, if that's your backup plan, make sure you have another one after that, because that one might just fail. Think about it. Like, don't be relying on other people. Like, one thing Ghana has taught me is that you cannot rely on any system that is backed by government, or you can only rely on yourself and the things that you can do with your own 2 hands. You have to. Let's wake up. Like, you have to. That's how they're forever trapping us. That's how we're forever getting it wrong, because we're not doing things for ourselves. We're constantly relying on people. You're relying on a job. That job, tomorrow, they can sack you and replace you. What are you going to do? You can't say, there's nothing that you can say. So stop relying on those things, because they are not reliable sources. Another thing when it comes to us Brits moving back, right, is that, the culture is so strong for us. A lot of us, when we went to the UK, we didn't lose our culture. The culture came with us, right? So for a lot of us, we were still in those Ghanaian communities. I'm not saying that doesn't exist in America. It still is there. But in Ghana, very much rooted in it. When I was growing up, very, very much knew that, hey, you open the door, you open the door to your house, you're in Ghana. You're outside, okay, you're in the UK. But in the house, you're Ghanaian. And so the culture was very much there. And so there's this thing where it is harder for us to come here sometimes because of the expectation that is put on us. We're not coming here and we're not necessarily, how can I say this? We're not coming with no strings attached. We're not 100% free. We still have aunties, uncles, grandparents watching us, our every move. You're coming to Ghana to do what? Like, we have this thing. And I want to use the words hold us back. That might not be the right words, but I can't think of a better turn of phrase right now. But we have these chains, I guess you can call them, where we still are answerable to these people. We have these things, like, we're not coming with a clean plate, so to speak. We're coming with expectations on us. Hey, make sure you don't do this when you go to Ghana. So-and-so is watching you. So I can even give you an example of myself. When I first came to Ghana, right, and then I started doing this YouTube thing, I remember, like, people used to send my dad the videos. Have you seen your daughter online, what she's talking about? And there was this one particular video that I did. I went to Nima and I was speaking to this other YouTuber. And So she's Muslim, and she was telling me, we were talking about how people view people from Nima, and you know the stigma that's around them, and it was just a very honest conversation, like nothing, like she was just giving her perspective on, you know, how unfair it is sometimes in the way that they're treated. And this video, someone sent the video to my dad and was like, you see what your daughter's doing, she's here, she's talking about this. And then my dad reached out to me and he was like, leave those people alone, why are you talking about them? Like, this is what started happening, why are you talking about these people? It's nothing to do with you. Like, there was this whole thing, and I'm like, like in my head I was like I can't even say anything, all because you know there's certain respects that you can't even say anything. You just have to hold your tongue and just let them talk. So it's like, I'm wondering, have you even watched the video? Did you see like how balanced the video was? I'm not even the one talking. The person's telling me about their experience of what it's like to live in Nima. So it's like we come with these things, whereas you come from the States perhaps, right? You don't have these ties necessarily. And so you can do a video, you could talk about anything. Nobody's going to say pia to you. You have the freedom of speech, whereas a lot of us, we come here, we don't have that. We have eyes on us, like, I know some of you will say that, oh, but you're an adult, you know, you could do what you want. It's not like that. The culture is within us. So we are raised with certain morals where that we can't just come out of. There's certain things that we can't just do, you know, and so it makes it more difficult for us to say, okay, we're coming back and we're just going to do this thing. You know how many people have tried to come from the UK and say, oh, I'm going to get into real estate. Hey, you're going to do what? They will take your money, or they will chop your money. They will do this to you. They'll do that. And then we have this whole stigma as well of, hey, juju. Hey, if you're not careful, someone could do juju on you. We have these fears because of things that have been told to us from years. Since we were a child, we hear these stories. You know how many times I've heard stories about people coming here and have been ripped off. Someone who they thought was, their best friend. They were a relative. They ripped them off. And so you come here and you come with fear. Like, we come with real fears that, don't let this happen to you, or don't let that happen to you. Like, these things are embedded in the back of our minds. It's the same thing when it comes to Christianity. A lot of us, we've grown up in Christian households, and there are certain things that we are ingrained in us, and therefore it's harder for us to be able to break free from that because it's all we've ever known, and that's what we're coming with. So we're not coming with trauma like people from the States, but we're coming with cultural baggage that we have to bring here and we have to be able to break free from in order to be the best version of us. And so some of us, it's just too much pressure. So for some of us, we won't come because we have real fears about what's going to happen when we come to Ghana. We can't. We've been given what we're told is like privilege over there. Why are you going to come and lose all your privilege for Ghana? Ghana doesn't even like, what are you going to do in Ghana? What is there for you? Like, that's the mentality that a lot of us have grown up with. It's not easy to break free from that. Another reason that not just Brits, Americans too, struggle to come here. We all know it. Finance. One of the biggest things, one of the biggest hurdles that people have to face when they come to Ghana. How are you going to sustain yourself? Now, hey, us British people, British Ghanaians, wherever you title you want to give us, yeah? Because for some people, we are not. Anyway, I'm not even going to go there. Anyhow, so us British Ghanaians, right? What we know is get yourself a good job. Get yourself a good job over there. That's how we are raised. Get yourself a good job that's going to support you, and get yourself a mortgage. Get yourself a house with a mortgage. And so we have these ties. And I'm not saying you don't have mortgages over there. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we have these things, right? We are very much trained. Get yourself a good job. And I'm going to boldly say that, and this doesn't run across the board, but it does for a lot of us, that first generation, right? A lot of us, it's not about building businesses. It's only now, right, that we see a trend of where the world is opening up. So social media has opened up. That's one of the good things about social media. Social media has opened up to many of us. So therefore, we're now able to see things that we couldn't see. But for the generation before that, we didn't really have social media as much. And so we couldn't see what other people are doing. We couldn't see what our counterparts are doing. So we didn't dream as much. So our only thing was what we're being told. So we're told, hey, get that job. We're not told, build yourself a business, establish yourself. You can do this, you can do that, aspire to this. We're not seeing people ahead of us that have done amazing things and we think, wow, I want to do that too. We're not having that exposure. And so we're not building business. So we're not trained, so to speak, to come here and to start a business. So for those of us that want to come from the UK or whatever, we're looking for how can I keep my job in the UK and work here. That's more so what we're looking at. So we want to keep our jobs and find a way how we can work here. We're not thinking about let's come and let's build something. Let's have a real business, on the ground business. We're not like that. It's hard for us to come that way. Whereas in the States, and I'm not saying you don't have similar situations, but you have more. You're more open to trying to start businesses here. You come with a naivety though, let's balance it. You come with a naivety, you think that you can just walk in here and start a business without no basis of knowledge, no nothing. Like, that's what you're coming with. So it's like, we are facing different battles on either side of the water, if you want to put it like that. We are facing different challenges. So it's like we all have our cross to bear, so to speak. And so none of us is perfect. And so finance is a huge thing. Like, how do we get over that thing? How do you, from someone who's been trained to stick to work and not be innovative, not think of ways, solve problems. You know, we've all heard it before. Come to Ghana, see the problems, solve them, and that's how you make your money. It's not easy if you've never been brought up like that to do that. It's well and good on paper, and yes, we love the idea. We will all agree with the idea, but how do we break the mindset? Because let's be honest, a lot of us, our mindset is where our prison is. That is where our knowledge starts and finishes, because we can't break out of it. We have too many people holding us back. And sometimes, you know, when you hear me doing, it means I'm about to say something that is a little bit controversial. Sometimes, for some of us, the only way for us to break out of those things is to some people off. And those people might be family. You have to, because these people are going to be forever in your ear. You can't do this, you can't do that, this, that, the other. And I'm not saying that is across the board, that's for everybody. There are some family members that are very supportive. I'm not saying that. But for some people, just because they're older, they ain't wiser. They are not wiser. Their time has gone. They are looking at things from the past. They're not looking at the way the world is now, the way the world has changed. And you too, if you don't keep yourself up, you're going to fall into that generation as well. If you don't keep up with the times. AI right now, you can build amazing businesses from AI, right? Sit down and say, I don't want to use AI, I'm not doing this. The generation will leave you. You'll be like the people that you were laughing at, how do I dial out when the mobile phone came out? You'll be like that. If you don't stay on top of things, that's the way of the world. The world is forever changing. If you're not willing to change with it, you're going to be stuck in the past. Hey, I'm really talking something today. Ghana too also doesn't make it easy because there's no credit system here. I can't fully speak on the States because I don't have as much experience when it comes to this. But the UK here, everything is creditor. Most things we don't own is credit. We own it when we finish paying it. Sometimes we buy TV on credit. Let's be honest. The TV that is £200 or whatever, we put it on credit. We haven't paid it up front. And sometimes that's a smart decision. Don't get me wrong. Hey, I'm not dogging it, right? Sometimes it's a smart decision because you don't want to tie up your money. And sometimes it helps your credit score and stuff like that. So I'm not dogging it. But I'm saying that's how we are raised, with a credit system, everything we want to do. How many people in the UK go and buy cars outright with cash? We sit down with the people and we're like, okay, let me see how I can pay for my money. And I'm not even talking about brand new cars, or I'm talking about second-hand cars. Your car that costs £3,000 or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? Our first thing is to lean on credit. We are a credit system. So to leave a credit system to come to Ghana where there is no credit system, do you know how hard that is? Like, do you understand? Up to today, I don't have a car because I don't have the bulk sum of money to sit down and say, I'm going to buy a car for 200,000 cedis or 250 or whatever it is. Like, I don't have that. For me, I'm all about my house. I'm like, listen, I need to get my house. Like, car's brilliant, but I need to get my house in order first. That's my line of thinking. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like I don't have the cash to put on a car right now. And so I live how I live. It's on me. Ain't nobody coming to help me. That's one of the things I realized here. Ain't nobody coming to help me. It's on me to better my life and do the things that I want to do. Nobody's helping me. Right? And so to come from that place where there's credit, that's all you know, credit. Everything you want to do, credit. You want to start a business, you go get a loan, you get credit to do it. Now, when you come here, you know, the credit system here is getting better, but it's not like what we're used to in the West. It's just not. You know, try going to get a mortgage. Try going to get a business startup loan. By the time you've jumped through the hurdle, you're tired. Like you don't even want the credit anymore. Like the terms and conditions that you're gonna look at. I mean, it's just off-putting. Like I said, it is getting better, but it's still very difficult. You cannot lean on the credit system here and in the same way that you would over there. It's just not going to work. It's just not going to happen. So if you're relying on that, you're going to be very, very disappointed. You have to learn to come here and stand on your own 2 feet. That's just the way that it is. You know, the way that the system is set up in the UK, I mean, I've briefly touched on it when I've talked about, you know, child benefit and things like that. But we also have the NHS. I know the NHS has changed a lot since I left the UK. I know that. But I'm saying there is still there, right? So if you get sick, you know that you're going to get some level of help. You know that if you need medication, it's going to be heavily subsidized if you're entitled to it. There are still, although you guys are saying that, oh, it's really trash, it's not as good as it used to be, whatever, there is still some level of help that you can get. So if you're coming here and you still have that expectation, obviously Ghana's not giving you that. That's not an option. You come here, you get sick, you find your money, you go to the hospital, you find a good hospital, you go to the hospital and you sort yourself out. That's how it is here. It's different. Everything you pretty much have to sort out for yourself. It's not like that. So yes, although the NHS may not be great, it may not be as good as what it used to be, it's still there. And that is the mentality that we're coming with. We're coming, how do you leave a place that says that they're going to look after you? They're going to take care of you. How do you just get up and leave that to come here and be out in the wilderness, so to speak? How does that happen? You know, it's a mental mind shift that has to happen in order for you to be able to take that leap. It doesn't just happen like that. It's frightening. And yes, these are realities, but the onus is on you to problem solve it. So if you're scared to come here because you may get sick or whatever, things like that, right? Then it's up to you to put things into place. So whether you need to have insurance, whatever it is, whether your bank account needs to be up to par to make sure that if you get sick, you can buy a plane ticket to go back. If that's what it is, make sure you have insurance that covers you. Then it covers you while you're here. Not just make sure when you look at buying insurance, make sure you look at it properly. Make sure that it covers you for emergency situations here and not just back there. Make sure that it doesn't, it can actually transfer here. It applies to here as well. You may have taken it out there, but it may not apply here. Look into all those things. Put things into place. Don't just hope for the best. Don't just assume everything is going to be fine. Put things into place. If something is going to be a problem for you, if that's what's preventing you from moving here, find a way to make it work for you. Don't let that be the reason that you can't come. I can't come because NHS, they don't have it. They don't have this. They don't have that. Find another way around it. So many people have come here and been fine. I'm not saying everybody. So many people have come here and been fine. So many people have come here and been sick, but have been able to. You know, the fear that we have in the back of our minds, some of us. Hey, if you come to Ghana and you get sick, hey, they will kill you or they will operate on the wrong leg. They will do this. You can't give birth in Ghana. You can't do this. Come on. Yes, we understand those stories of, because in the past, perhaps there was truth to it. And there may still be even a little bit of truth to it. I said it, but it's getting better. And so if you're going to use stories from past to prevent you from coming here, then you'll never make it. And you're just never going to. You're never going to. And that's just the truth of it. I understand that, Ghana might feel frustrating, especially when you're used to systems being in place where things work. You order Amazon, but tomorrow you can get it. You order things online, but tomorrow you do your online shopping, you do that. Yeah, it's an inconvenience, but Ghana is for people who don't mind being inconvenienced for a time because they see the benefit in that. They see how they can capitalize on it. If you can't come to Ghana and take advantage of certain situations, certain problems that are here, we that are here, we will advantage you. We will advantage you. Like, you have to come to Ghana and you have to think differently. You have to unlearn certain things in order for you to prosper here. It is not going to work any other way, okay? You have to let go of certain comfortabilities. You have to let go of that because your opportunity is here. Your opportunity over there is a lot slimmer. There's so much red tape around some of the things that you want to do. You ain't gonna be able to do it there, but you can do it here. And it's for you to take your life and create the life that you want with your own two hands and come here and do it. No one's gonna do it for you. You have to open your eyes to certain situations. It's like the opportunities are here for you. They're just sitting here for you. You know, I said you be the first or you be the best. That's it. Those are the two people who are in competition with each other. Everything else in the middle is meh, you know. And that's not a diss. That's not a diss, sorry. It's just, look, see my personality for what it is. It's not a diss. You could be in the middle, you're still making money. It's something, right? It's just, my point is that come here and be innovative. Like, don't let certain things put you off. There is still potential for you to come and make good businesses. Because if you don't, somebody else will make the business of you. Like, you come here, you're frustrated because, I don't know, like, Uber doesn't work well or something is not right. Okay, then come and problem solve it. Problem solve that. Don't just sit down and be like, it's a problem, I can't do it. Nobody has invented this. Be the one to invent it. That's where your money lies, right there. And I know that's easier said than done. It is, because I've said that it's easier said than done, but it's still a factor. It's still applicable to lots of situations, and it doesn't even have to be on a grand scale. It can be small scale things too. You know, there was something going around some time ago, and I'm going to try to explain it. It was a couple of years ago, it was going around and saying that Ghana is basically like, people only come to Ghana to die, right? So the mortuaries are full of people who are Ghanaian that live their whole lives, put all their energies into the West, and then come back here to die. Like, I'm paraphrasing. If you know what I'm talking about, maybe you can say it better in the comment section for me. But it's basically like Ghana is just a sea of dead bodies. Ghana is just a huge burial site for people. Like, people are coming back to retire. Like, God forbid. What if you don't make it? I've said it already. Like, what if you don't make it to retirement age? I mean, we pray to God that you make it to retirement age and you can use your pension to sustain yourself and all of that. But what if those things are not in existence when you're ready? Like, what happens then? Like, it's up to you to create a life for yourself. Like, you can't rely on the government. You can't rely on certain things. You can't rely on the person that says they're going to give you a job and you can work here. You can work from anywhere in the world. You can't rely on those things because those things can be taken away from you in a heartbeat. It's for you to create something for yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Ghana can't just be a burial site for us. We can't go put our energies in every other country and then come here and we come here to die. Do you know, it doesn't make sense. You know, I have friends that didn't make it to 30. They died. They had plans to be able to move to Ghana, but unfortunately, things didn't go that way. They passed away, and so they weren't able to come here and live the life that they would have wanted to live. And sometimes, yeah, maybe you don't make it to Ghana, maybe you don't make it to Africa, maybe you don't make it to certain places, but you damn well should try. You damn well should try. Someone said on a recent comment of mine that, you know, it's enough of the negativity. Let's talk about some of the positive things. And while I do agree with that, I think that's very true. There definitely has to be balance. I feel like there are so many videos out there portraying things, positive things that are happening here. Like, that's great. But let's talk about the reality of what it is like to be on the ground. I'm on the ground here. And so there are certain things like, how do you wake up if you don't even know that you don't even know that there's a fight going on? So how can you be part of it? How can you affect the change if no one is telling you what's happening? No one's telling you that, oh, there's a fight around the corner. You're just here happily sitting down, thinking, oh, but everything's bliss and peaceful. But there is a fight happening, it's coming. But no one's warning you because no one's talking about it. So that's how I see it. So while I do agree to an extent, I'm trying to balance things so that we wake up and we see what is really happening on the ground here, so that we can better ourselves, so we can establish ourselves, and so we know what our next move is. And that's that. But anyway, I'm going to leave the video right there because I feel like I've spoken a lot. This video did not go entirely the way that I wanted it to go, but it's still a video, right? It's cool. Let me know what you think in the comment section about some of the things that I've said, and we'll take it from there. That's the end of today's video. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Don't forget to also like, comment and share this video. Until next time, I am out. Nativafa.